Purely speculative video here. And this is the question of did she know that? Well, of course she knew that these drugs are killing. It is a death drug, which is actually killing the small boy or the small girl. But did she, take these? Because I mean, she only has two children. A woman can have, multiple children in her childbearing years. But why does she only have two children? And did she take the drugs herself? And did she kill her own children? Right? That's the thing, which would raise a serious question about what kind of mindset does this person have. All right, so the legal definition of killing one's own children, when deliberate, can fall under various categories of homicide, including infanticide, manslaughter, and even murder, depending on intent and circumstances. However, when applied to preborn children lost due to birth control that prevents implantation, the law does not currently recognize it as a criminal act, despite the undeniable biological reality that these were distinct human lives. So if but yeah, I mean, as the this current generation's law does not recognize that, there's some certain need for advancements in certainly medical science, but also the law. The law is lagging behind, certainly, especially in this area here, and they have a lot of these types of emotionally charged arguments that are not based in logic and sound reasoning, and I believe that's the reason why we have such long cases that basically justify the killing of children and all that stuff. But it's very clear. The law is clear. Thou shalt not kill. It's a very it's ingrained in our hearts. I believe, but it does take a truly evil person to kill. All right, and to justify your own evil takes a lot of splaining, right? But you're not going to be able to splain yourself out of this one. This certainly is, there's guilt here. There certainly is guilt. Right? There certainly is guilt. So splaining or not splaining, she's guilty. Certainly guilty. All right, so let's continue. If Dr. Dow knowingly took these pills, fully understanding their mechanism, she would have directly and willingly participated in the destruction of her own offspring. Given her medical education, it is difficult to believe she was unaware of what she was doing. Of course, she was fully aware. To knowingly take a drug designed to end life while possessing the knowledge of embryology is an act of moral and intellectual depravity. It's a crime. It's a crime. It's infanticide, manslaughter, first-degree murder, whatever you want to call it. There's guilt. But yet there remains the possibility that she did not take these drugs herself and instead practice abstinence. And there's only two possible answers here. So and again, this is speculative. This is a 50-50. What happened here? Have the children died? Right? Have the brothers or sisters of the living children died? Or did she practice abstinence? So abstinence, of course, means not engaging in the act that will create children. Abstinence, right? So if this were the case, it raises another question. Why would she, a physician, promote and prescribe something she found unsuitable for herself? Yeah, unsuitable for herself. Right? She would utter this type of death drug for somebody, and then not use it herself? Did she secretly recognize the moral horror of these pills but dispense them freely to others? Or did she blindly follow the cultural narrative while personally avoiding its consequences? Either way, she remains culpable, either as a participant in her own children's death or as a hypocrite facilitating the destruction of other children, while keeping her own womb untouched. So I do believe that my personal if I had to put my money on it, I would guess that she did take these types of drugs. knowing that this would, kill the preborn life, the small boy or the small girl, and she did it anyway. I don't know. I mean, but it's either one or the other, right? There are two possibilities, and every one of these possibilities, right? Both of these terrible, situations, one of them happened, right? So it's either one or the other, right? It's either one or the other. So which one is it? Is it, for a woman to only have two children, and this is happening over and over and over and over again. I mean, and some of these women do not have any kind of children, and they go their whole childbearing years with not having any kind of children. So many of the families I know very well. I grew up knowing some of these husbands and wives, they're together and they don't have any grandchildren, and it's just kind of creepy, man. It goes beyond creepy. It is a criminal act. Beyond any comprehension, but it must be documented. I mean, the way, I mean, to just blindly turn your to turn a blind eye to this kind of horrific crime is it aids and abets this kind of thing to continue. So of course we want to document this, we want to expose this, and we want to reveal the truth that she's a deprived lunatic, psychopath. I mean, again, I'm not saying this as an insult or a type of abusing of a type of abuse. These are facts, right? You cannot kill that many lives and have a normal mind, right? Your mindset must be, it must be. See. I don't have this kind of criminal mind. I cannot. Fully understand. I see it happening, but I cannot fully understand. The only way that you can understand such a thing is to to get any kind of dialogue from her. But the only dialogue that was offered was a blanket dismissal of the complaint and a summary, just a summary. Oh, no, I'm not even going to touch the content. I'm just going to just summarily dismiss everything. And yeah, the complaint is you don't have a right to complain and all this stuff. Why this kind of feminism here is going a little bit too far, right? You give them an inch and they take a mile and a half, right? And this has gone too far. I mean, it's gone too far. I mean, they cannot, for one a minute, justify this kind of stuff. I mean, they are guilty and they are depraved. They are lunatics. I mean, these people are psychopaths. They're murderers. I mean, people that kill people are extremely dangerous. But this person is more dangerous. And we are exploring the possibility that did she kill her own children? Right? This is the video of the day. Did she kill her own children? And my educated guess would lead me to believe that yes, but if she did not and she practiced abstinence, then that raises some more, even more damning questions, which I do believe is worthy of its own video by itself. All right, so that's why we made this video here, based in truth, law, facts, and evidence here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video.